morning, good evening, or good night, whatever time you are tuning into this video. My name is Zultana. I'm with Conjure Collective. First and foremost, let me say thank you to everybody who joined me for this video here today. Whether you are new or returning, thank you for taking the time to hold a vibe with me. So today we are doing a love spell. It is my Kama Sutra Passion Desire Me spell. This spell can be used if you are already in a relationship and you're trying to bring back that passion, that desire. This spell can also be used if you're separated from your person, recently separated from your person, and you're trying to get into their mind, bring out that passion back towards you again. The spell is very effective for that as well. So let me show you what you're going to need today. And again, this is the Kama Sutra Desire Me spell. So let's start off with our candle. So I'm using this 2-figure candle. I've already went ahead and carved the information on here. This is a spell that I'm doing for a client of mine. So what I did was I put her name around the bottom of the candle. First I put his name and then I put her name on top of his, going around the candle. I didn't load this candle at all because since it's intertwined with the both of them, but I did label her as her on her thigh and him as him on his arm. And on his back at the top right here in his crown, I put her initials. I put the thoughts that I would want him to have about her. So this is again the figure candle that I'm using. If you don't have access to this, what you can do is just use 2 red figure candles and place them next to each other, or just like the man and woman candle. It doesn't have to be with this like sex demon on it, but this is to amplify with the passion and the desire. Okay, so we're going to be using this candle here, a red plate. It doesn't have to be red, but for this spell I do find color magic to be very effective, so I'm going to be using a red plate. As far as my incense, usually I use either lang lang, opium, or Egyptian musk, sometimes dragon's blood. Today I'm actually using the black opium. It is going to work very well for this spell, especially because it is going to complement one of the scents that I'm using here. So another thing that you're going to need is a small red piece of cloth. What you're going to do with that cloth is you're going to take your favorite perfume or cologne, whatever it is that your person likes to smell on you, and you're going to spray that on this. And conveniently, it's black opium is the favorite scent for this person. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right now. Spray it here on the plate too, rub it. I'm just gonna leave that there because we're actually going to end up placing the candle on top of that. So yeah, you're going to need your perfume or cologne to spray onto this red piece of cloth. All right, you're also going to need a petition paper, which I've already written, and I've placed my love oil and herbs in them already, and I'll go over with you what oils I put in here. So we're going to put this petition to the side. As far as herbs that we're going to be using today, I have ground mustard, cinnamon, catnip, pink salt. I also have here whole cinnamon. We're going to be adding to the plates. For my oils, I am using my Close to Me oil, which you can find on my website. I will leave the link for that in the description box below. And also I'm going to be using my Iron Love oil. That will also be linked below. These are all ritually crafted by me. Okay, so these are the 2 oils that I'm going to use. I am also going to use this light agave. It's very, very, very sweet. I like the way it runs. It's not as slow as honey. So we're going to use that agave for our sweetness. We're also going to be using ground turmeric. This part is optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to leave with this working a offering of wine. This is actually called Love Noir. And I'm just going to place that in just a little vessel like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. So it's okay if some wine falls there. All right. So we have this offering of wine that we're going to leave alongside the work. Just going to leave it at the side here, and everything has already been cleansed. Actually, with my Close to Me spray, since we are doing love work. Let's see, what else do we have? We have honey goatsweed that we're also going to be adding to this work. And this part is also optional. You don't really have to go this extra, but I am adding as an aid candle these fresh strawberry candle. And for our flowers today, we're using some flowers. I have some dried roses, which we'll be crushing up a little bit more once we add them to our plates, and some carnations for domination, and then also a few sprigs of basil. Basil is also very good for love, very good for passion. So I think that is it. If I did forget anything, I'll be sure to add it. So let's start with our candle, right? So we already have our red cloth. We already sprayed it with our opium or whatever favorites perfume or cologne that your person loves to smell on you. You're going to use that. So let's start working on our candle. So the first thing that I'm going to add is my Iron Love oil. And don't be stingy with this. You know, we want you and this person to be drowning in love, right? Drunk in love, passion, Kama Sutra type of love. So we're just going to drizzle this all over. Yes. Love that oil. All right, so we have our Iron Love oil that we put on there. Next, we're going to follow up with our Close to Me oil. Always keep this person next to you. Draw them close to you always. Never be that far from me. You only desire me. Now speak your intention as you're dressing your candle. Come to me, you only desire me. Right there, right on top of his head. Let's rub in this oil. And with this working, you want to be, a little bit extra with everything. This is for desire, it's for passion, it's for love. This is, you have to put all of your intention, all of your love into it, right? You want this man, you want this woman to desire you, only you. So next we're going to go in with our dried herbs. So I'm going to start with this ground cinnamon. I'm sorry, this is actually ground mustard. This is the ground mustard. This is the ground cinnamon. And cinnamon is very good for love, very good for money. In this case, you know, we're trying to spice up that life. We're trying to get this person to desire you and only you, right? That is the goal of this working. Only have love for you, only have eyes for you. They can only think, they can only see you. There is no other person that exists when you are around. Even when you're not around, there's no other person that exists in this person's life, right? You are it. You are all they desire. She is all you desire. Catnip. Catnip is always, always good for attraction. Quintessential herb for attraction. I'm gonna dress this. I'm gonna add the agave last. And there's no real set amounts, but I do like a good helping of catnip. You can rub it all in there. And I also think that we're going to go once more over with the oil once we're done. And all the herbs that are gonna get caught on the plates, you know, nothing goes to waste. And make sure you're keeping your candle on top of that red piece of cloth. Okay, let's put our catnip to the side. Next, let's do our honey goatsweed. This is good for fertility, libido, sex drive, you know, all of that good shit. So you want this person to want you 24/7, right? So this is actually pretty thick. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it around. Just surrounded by passion with this person, surrounded by desire from this person. Okay, so we have our horny goatsweed. Now turmeric. Turmeric is, for me, a hot spice when it comes to love work. It's aids in passion in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. And it's also good for protection. So I'm going to be using this in that way as well. Passion and protection. Turmeric. Like I said, for this working, do not be afraid to go heavy on your oils, your herbs. And again, everything that falls out, that's great. And you know, if you want to wear gloves when doing this work, you can, because turmeric can, you know, stain just a little bit, but I'm okay with that. You know what? I think I forgot to mention, this is also very, very important herb, Damiana. I love using Damiana in love work. It is absolutely amazing, and the results when using Damiana are phenomenal. So, and you know what? With this, you only really need like a little bit. So, I'm just gonna dress with our Damiana. And you know, I know that I'm doing this as like an instructional video, but when you are doing this, take your time, put your passion, put your thoughts, your desires, your will into this working, right? Okay. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin filling our plate with some of our flowers. I'm going to take the salt, this pink salt. It doesn't have to be pink salt. I just happen to have it, and this is a love working, so that's what I'm going to use. I want to get this like in the middle right there. That's good. Okay, let's add a little bit more salt. I'm going to start adding our flowers. Okay, so we have the carnations here. It's good for domination. I got this nice purpley pink kind. Just breaking them off of their stems. I also have roses I showed you earlier. So we're going to shower this here. And again, be extra with it. I didn't forget about the agave. I'm going to add that. I just wanted to add these flowers here so it can also just catch down on it. Going to add another carnation to this work. And I think I'm going to add, just gonna crush this roses over them. And I think we are good with the roses and the flowers here. It's gonna go over them just a little bit with our black opium. If you can see a little bit better. Bring in love, bring in passion, bring in desire. We also have our basil. Basil I find to be very effective in love working as well. And the scent from it, you know, this working is very heavy on scent. You know, pleasuring your five senses. You know, you taste, you smell, you feel, especially the way you feel. So we've added our fresh basil. You can use dried basil, but for this spell, I suggest actually using the fresh basil. So I'm gonna put my flowers to the side. I'm going to just add just a little bit more of my oil. I'm going around in a clockwise motion, just adding my close to me oil to this flower bed that I've made. And add a little bit more of my I and Love oil. I also have these whole cinnamon sticks. You don't need to, but I want to add them even though we already added our crushed cinnamon. And you know what, I also forgot to add, you know, you guys are going to write your petition, how you want to write your petition, But one added thing that I do suggest you put is to draw the Venus symbol. The Venus symbol is also drawn on the base of this candle. Okay. So I'm just going to add this around the 4 corners. I can get a thicker one to add here. All right, so we have our cinnamon in place, the cinnamon sticks in place. If you want, you can go ahead and just do one more little spray of your perfume. And then now I'm going to add my agave on here. Yeah. And one last thing that I am going to add to this is I have my conjure dust, but you know what? I'm actually gonna wait. I'll wait until I light it. So let me see if I can show it to you, what it looks like right now. So in our strawberry candle, I already carved my intentions inside here, and I've already made 4 holes to go into this candle. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of my Iron Love oil. Again, these are available for purchase, ritually crafted by me, Zultana. If you don't have access to specific love oils, then you can use olive oil and some of the herbs that we already used, and that's working. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of my Close to Me oil. And let's see, I'm going to put a few herbs into here. So I'm just gonna add my Damiana. Again, I do feel that this is like next to catnip. I feel like this is one of the herbs that I always use in spiritual work. So I'm going to just add the Damiana into my candle. I'm going to feed my candle with this herb. I'm also going to use catnip. Some catnip to this. And last but not least, cinnamon. Cinnamon. Well, pepper's good for everything, right? So let's add a little bit of this cinnamon. All right. So let's see what we have going on here. We have our 7-day strawberry candle, and I went ahead and fixed it with some more herbs and our cinnamon, some oils. We have our glass of wine as an offering to our spirits, our ancestors, or whatever deity that you may be working with for this particular working. And this is how our plate looks for the Kama Sutra, Desire Me, Passion, love spell. So let's go ahead and light it. We're gonna go ahead and light both candles. And with this petition paper, you can either put it underneath this plate or you can put it underneath your 7-day candle. So I'm going to choose to put the client's petition paper under this candle. Okay, so let's go ahead and just give this another once over with our black opium incense. And when this candle is finished burning, this candle, I suggest you let it burn through all the way. Your 7-day candle obviously will, you can turn that off as you need to. And when you're done with this, with the remnants of this, you can go ahead and bury it in a nice place, in a nice spot that gets a lot of sunlight. If you can find, a not too shaded area or something like that. And bury this. Now that you've lit your candle, you're going to take time, focus, direct your energy, meditate, call on the universe, your ancestors, angels, guardians, guides for aid in this working. Desire me spell, passion, love, romance, undeniable attraction, and your partner cannot do without it. And that's last but not least, I'm going to add, it's too much, just a little bit, my conjure dust. And if you can see it, it is actually like a bluish green. It took too much, but it chose that color for the heart chakra. A little combo of the blue and green, heart chakra, calm. We want passion, but we also want, this calm respect, this calm love. So, let's see. All right, guys, let me just move this just a little bit closer for you to see. And this is actually burning pretty quickly. It's a Sutra, Desire Me, Love Spell. Again, you can do this spell if you are looking to bring back passion, desire, love into a relationship that you're already in, or you can also use the spell to bring back the passion to a relationship that you are no longer in, but you need that person, you need that passion, you need them to remember. And here's the smoke now coming through to aid in the working, as per usual. And let's get this right here. Speak your desires, speak your intentions, envision what you need to happen with your person. All right, collective, I was just taking a few moments to focus my intention for this working. I'm going to go ahead and get off here so that I can continue to work on this spell for my clients. I hope that this, this seemed pretty cool to you. It's a Kama Sutra, it's passion, it's love, it's desire, it's that love that you have and you can't breathe, that type of shit. as what you want them to feel, what they need to feel when they think about you. All right, so I'm just going to leave this here for you guys to just take one more look at it. Take a look at the flames and the setup that we have going on. All right, again, my name is Zultana and I'm with Conjure Collective. Thank you so much for holding a vibe here with me today. I hope that this spell helped you learn something, possibly if it resonated with you and your situation, that you would like to bring passion and desire back into your relationship, into your connection. This can definitely help you with that. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to this channel. And